Hello and welcome to episode 6, I believe, now of my Runescape Chronicle Let's Play. This time I'm going to be playing this deck, which you might have seen in my previous videos, the Demon Raptor deck. This is a deck I'm not entirely sure what the deck list for is. I played several games against it the other day and lost all of them, so I did my best to recreate it. And I've had some moderate success with my version, some decent success. So I'm going to be playing that for you today for a couple of games. First up, we'll be playing against the Linza, which is not the best matchup for this deck, but not an awful matchup either. We'll see how we go. This is a pretty good opening hand if I can gain one more thing that gives me attack so that I can kill those Void Brawlers. So the idea of this deck, if you... that's very unfortunate. I should have kept my Alimara sane and I'd have been fine. Of course, perhaps if I discarded it, I wouldn't have drawn the Monolith Chamber. Alright, so I guess I'm going to just play my Goblin Brute. Play you. Right. And that might be all I play this turn. It's not a great turn, but sets me up for a potentially devastating turn next turn. Anyway, as I was saying, the idea of this deck in general is to get a lot of base attack and hit your enemy a lot. That's why it's called the Demon Raptor, because demons tend to be the cards that let you do that. Cards that, for example, give you temporary attack and strike your rival. I've got one that lets me strike my rival twice, which is very good. So playing a fairly standard Linza deck by the look of it. Just gaining weapons, a bit of gold. Probably spend that gold to increase the effectiveness of that weapon. Then, depending on how she's feeling, she might use it to kill some things, or she might just throw it at me. The two effective varieties of Linza deck that I seem to have seen around. Okay. So this, for example, gain one temporary attack and strike rival. It's fairly easy to deal with that as well, which is nice. Going to play both of my Void Brawlers and maximize my attack. Yeah, that fixed itself. But it might have bugged. I had a bug the other day where a card became big and then couldn't do anything with it. But it seems like I'll be able to play that if I want to. I'll have 5 base attack, and then next turn if I choose to kill, perhaps I'll kill my warrior, which will bring me up to 7 base attack, and then play this, allow me to go 8, which is painful for anyone. Okay, looks like she's going all in on just buffing this weapon. Just going to make it up to a 2-2. Followed by a 5-2. Then she's going to hit someone with it, which will bring it down to a 5-1. And get +2/+2, a 7-3 weapon. The maths for the day. Can't quite tell what that last card is. Looks like it might just be a Skeleton Warrior. Well, it seems like a shame to waste such a huge weapon on a Skeleton Warrior, personally, but I suppose if she needs the gold, and 3 gold can buy her 3 durability, which is a net benefit. I believe this deck runs Bash though, and I am going first, so potentially can make her regret that if I draw a Bash. I'm putting my own plans on hold to do that, but honestly I think that's quite worth it. Would be quite devastating to lose a 7-2 weapon at the beginning of the turn, especially because she's probably planned for having it. Let's see, fingers crossed to draw a Bash. I'm drawing 4 cards, or is it 3? I believe I draw 3 at the start of each turn. Confirm that in a moment. 1, 2, 3, and no Bash. Well, that's unfortunate, but it happens. I'll play the Penguin, then this. I'll play the Revenant, and if I have enough gold left, sure. I'll play that at the end and draw some cards. Waiting on her to make her moves. Taking a while, I suppose. You do want to be more careful planning your moves with Lindsay. You don't want to accidentally break your weapon and then try and buff a weapon that you don't have. Like, she's definitely taking her time. Okay, there she goes. She did get in before the deadline. Gain 3 weapon durability. Weapon gains +1/+1 and you gain 5 armor. Okay. Would have been spending gold on nothing had I been able to draw that bash. going to be an 8/6 weapon now, which is not the most fun. At least not for me anyway. Not going to be able to bash that away. But that was all she's done for the turn, unless there's one last guard up ahead. Behind the cliff face here. Nope, that's all she's doing. Fine by me. I'll draw 2 cards, Quill Siroth and bash. Oh, there's the bash now. Suppose I've got it for later. If it would come in handy again, I might as well save it at this point. Quill is great because he's easy to kill, and if you do kill him, your next demon is also killed, so I would like to combo him with one of my more powerful demons, perhaps Tokash. No. So not a bad combo with Revenant Beast either. Right, I'll play Krill, which will give me a 5/2 weapon. Play the Revenant Beast, which will give me some temporary attack, and then suppose I'll play that. And end with a wolf, or yeah, I'll end with the wolf, draw 2 cards. 2 is better than 1. Take a little bit of damage, but hopefully I can live with that. Looks like I'll be up to 11 attack, plus 14 by the time I strike her. Ooh. Also going to be striking me for 11, which is a little bit nasty. And playing a Romley Weaklax, which is going to heal her up nicely. Can't tell where this game's going to go as we're going into the final round here. Probably definitely going to try and play Bash if I can afford it, which I should be able to unless I draw something that's much better. Going first, it's possible I'll draw something that can just kill her. In fact, I have several cards that can just kill her. I keep getting Romley, which will put her up to 13, I believe, which is unfortunately, I believe, out of reach of the cards I have that can kill her. I have one card that will kill her, but I'm not sure that it won't also kill me, that being Tokash. Deals 18 damage? No, 12, 16 damage. Rival takes 4 damage, strike rival, so that would deal 10. Grim Spike. Stick with my original plan, I'll play that. Play Dash right at the end. Might as well. Do I have any armor? Might as well gain the benefit of that. 3. Yep, that turn works out for me. Get second Romley, so it's going to put her up to 20. I believe I win this game. Stand. Goes up to 10. But I think her weapon will be the biggest obstacle, but I don't think it's going to matter. So you're going to go down to 4 here. I'm not sure if he's got anything up ahead in the last slot. Ooh, I forgot I took some damage from that. Still, I'm going to kill her on the first strike if she doesn't heal substantially. Nope. Put it down to 1 and hurt it weapon. So it doesn't actually end up mattering. It's only a 9/2. I'm not going to get 2 hits. I'm going to get 1 hit. Okay? It's a very effective first round. The problem with this deck is when you don't build up your attack early, it's very nasty because you just can't kill your demons. Ooh, I got a whole card out of that pack. Chest, sorry. I didn't even know that was possible. What's that? I don't get to read it. It's called Work Order, so go see if I can find that card very quickly. My collection. Also have a new Ariane card, not sure where that came from. Oh right, a Skeletal Mage I have knocked in the last video. Yeah, I recorded this one directly after, so I didn't have time to look at that card or think about it, but I think it's a good card, as I mentioned. I'm sure I'm missing something with that card. I'm sure it's actually great. Just not sure what the combo you want it in is. High level's next enemy gains attack equal to your weapon attack and 2 health. Lose your weapon. That seems fun. Alright, where were we? Demon Raptor, play ranked. Okay, got up to rank 22, I believe we jumped 2 ranks in that. I said I had some pretty decent success with this. It can be very nasty if your draws are poor, but so can any deck. I think the biggest problem with this one if your draws are poor is that you end up out of desperation hurting yourself. Okay. We're playing another Raptor, which means weapons are not impossible. Put that away. I'm going to keep one Ali Morrisane to see what we get. Okay. White, a nice hand. Play Void Brawler and Goblin Warrior, and I'll draw a card. I'm not overly upset to discard any of those. The Mischievous Imp would be my number 1 preference. But it mostly exists as a simple cantrip card. Being a card that replaces itself very cheaply, you gain 1 gold, and essentially it's deck thinning. Of course, its valuable is somewhat questionable given that you're also paying it turn for it, which is something that doesn't often come into effect in these games. Usually waiting a turn, it's not the end of the world because there's no set number of turns. But I believe simple cantrip, draw a card, and small benefit, marginal benefit with a gold is still worth it for the deck thinning. Of course, there are a lot of players in this game on the Reddit and the forums that don't quite understand the value of having a thin deck. People arguing that their 40 card deck is just as good as your 30 card deck, but that's strictly not true. If any of you have played a card game before, you know that you want your deck to be the minimum size it can be, because the fewer cards, the higher chance you get of drawing the ones you need. That's why cards like the Imp are valuable, because they replace themselves for effectively nothing, so playing 2 Imps, you're kind of playing a 28 card deck, which is pretty good. Obviously there's additional downside in this compared to what you would have in a regular game of losing your turn. Am I going first? I still want to hurt your weapon. And then I want to hit you. And then I want to draw cards. That is what I want to do. Deal with it. Okay. We'll see what they run back at us. I'm hoping they're playing something that relies on having that weapon. Ideally, not in the first slot. Because they're taking their time. Picking up, are they going to use up all of their time? Am I going to... Okay. Okay, looks like he's going to lose the weapon killing this thing. And take the equivalent of 3 damage, because of course he gains 5 life back from it. Still get to hit him with 3 though, so... That's not the end of the world. He's going to bash me. I don't believe I'll have a weapon, so it'll only be a take 3 damage. Strike him for 5, which will take out a chunk of that armor. Take out all of that armor, I strike him next turn. Not sure if the next one will strike him for 5 or 6. I'm a little bit unclear on how temporary attack works exactly. I think I get to strike him for 6, but I'm not certain. Yep, looks like it is 6. So bring him down to 10. He's not... Oh no, he's going to gain 6 health. Okay, go back to 16. So brings him back out of the range where I can kill him in a turn. Model the chamber there, that's quite nice. I'll probably play that. Yep, do 5 base attack. Deal with some of the stronger demons in the deck. Probably play this also. Of course, that all depends on what I draw, and don't actually have the gold to play both of them. Currently, if I play my hand in full, I could. Okay, I'm going to play that, which gives me... How much? 3, 4, 5. Yep, okay, that's... Okay, and I don't well, there's no reason to play him now, definitely not. Do I want the weapon or do I want the card draw? The question I'm asking myself. I think I'll take the weapon. I've already played at least one copy of Bash. You could be running two, but typically you only want to be running one copy of Bash. Personally, is my preference. Even some decks don't even run weapons. Yeah. Gonna knock me down to 13, I believe. And what's that last card? Looks like his last card is to gain a weapon. Strike there, that's fun. Also getting close to finishing this quest. 9 more enemies. Got to 18 health. 4 more cards. Some good cards there. Black Demon is pretty great, not gonna lie. Also the Penguin. One of my favourite cards in the game, the Penguin. It's a very simple card. You can play it pretty much anywhere. Early on, middle of the game, late game. And it always ends up being so this I go all out. So if I do this, I'm gonna lose my weapon, killing this. Actually, I probably want to do this instead. I kill that with my weapon. Kills that. Strike. I get to strike twice. And finish with the Penguin. Sure. Too late, I guess. If he's not playing anything. What his idea behind that is, but guess that's fine. This is weird. Merton didn't update. Okay, and I'm killing him. Not sure why he chose not to play anything there. Anyway, as you can see, this deck is fairly good when it gets the right draws. Obviously, it doesn't always. But it is, I think, more consistent than my Ozan deck, which I had a lot of trouble with the other day. I managed to do very well on stream and when recording videos, but afterwards I lost a ton of games in a row simply to bad draws. It's either drawing all of my gold and nothing to spend it on, or everything but the gold and no way to pay for any of it. Alright, I think I'll end the video there. And might stream for a bit. If you haven't been, you can check out my stream at twitch.tv/HaveLeafroom. Also, I've been uploading the stream archives to YouTube once the stream is completed. Sure, you've no doubt seen a number of them by now. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode tomorrow.